now we can move on to question 4. This looks like we're going to be making the slot manager um, with two arrays, one array of size 20 and one array of size 40. So let's get that going. So this is slot manager, and we're going to need two arrays, which we only want access to them inside this field. Private. So first is the client array, see array, new client of size 20. And then we have a time slot array, which is T array, new time slot of size 40. Cool. I think it might be a good idea to add in counters for each array. So I'm just going to have private int c count, which will c count and t count. I think I'm going to make them both, initialize both of them at 0, because we do start off with 0 clients and 0 time slots. Cool. Next we have our constructor, which has no parameters. So that's why we got slot manager. And cool. What do we have to do? 3 lines are used to store information about each client: client name, preferred counselor, and preferred time slot, in that order. There are exactly 60 lines in the file. I don't think I have the file, but I've got what they have in this document. So cool. So I'm just going to use a while so that, yeah, cool. So I can use first create a scanner, set up my scanner, so to scan in the file. So new scanner, new file, and this is called clients.txt. Cool. Now we can import our scanner and file, as well as surround with try-catch. And then I like to use E, and then take this out and just have a small error message that just says the file is not found. Cool. So in here, the first thing they go SE file, each one is on a new line, so we can start off by having while has next. While has next, we have 3 lines, so we can appropriately call the next 3 lines. So we can go string c name for client name, so se file dot next. Next is a string for preferred counselor, p or c counselor name. So I'm just going to say preferred PC name for preferred counselor name. The next, and the last thing is the time slot. So that's an integer. If I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it is an integer. Int, I'm going to say EH for earliest hour is equal to SE. It's an integer, so integer.parse int SE file dot next. Cool. Once we have those, loop through, read 60 lines for each line. For each 3 lines, read from the text file. Create a client object, add the object to the array. Cool. So now let's add to the array. So C array. This will be our C count because it's our client count, and we can increment that. So it's post. It's a post operator, so it adds after the count has been used. And this is equal to a new client with the name, CNAME, PC name, and earliest hour. Cool. Once we have that, create a typed method function named display all clients in the slot manager class. Will return a string containing all the client objects in the client array. Client objects should be included in the format of the toString method of the client class, and each client's information on a separate line. Cool. So this is telling us we need a separate line, so we can go public. So we're returning a string, so display all clients. We can loop through. Let's start off with our string temp, and then we can loop through our array. So we want to go int I is less than client count, because that's how many clients there are, and I plus plus. Next, we have temp plus equal to the C array I dot toString. And then after that, we need to add a new line. Cool. Format, and then we return temp. Alright. That seems as though we have sorted that out. I might need to just check if, I don't know if it's a hassle if there's a new line at the end of the list, but if there, I can sort that out, but we'll most probably sort that out in a later video when doing the outputs. Cool, that's this question for completed.